Hi, this is Helen Watt. I'm a Senior Vice Chairman in Virginia, and we are excited that you could join YGY Club's monthly business meeting with our Magic Moments team. It is May 2nd, and we are excited to share what's been going on with all the new products, new services, some great training from some phenomenal leaders. But I wanted to kick off this call with a brand new distributor that just joined my team. He's been a customer and been on our products. His name is Michael, and he's just had some great health experiences with the longevity products. And you know, it's always wonderful to hear somebody else's perspectives and what longevity's done for him. And he is really on fire to actually share Doc Wallach's health crusade and really make a difference in people's health across this country and even internationally. So, Michael, we're excited to have you on this call, and if you could please just talk about what the longevity products have been doing for you and how it's made an impact in your life.
Sure. Hi, great, and greetings to all. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to share my story. Where I'm at right now, 3 months ago, I started on a path. I went from being barely able to tie my shoes. I was in considerable amount of pain in my lower back area. And right now, that's 3 months later, I'm at zero pain, and I have no restricted movement at all. So how did I get here? Well, right now, I work in the Pentagon. I write interrogation policies. So if you want to talk about waterboarding and that type of stuff, I suppose we could do that some other time. But in 2002, I was the second senior gunnery sergeant as an interrogator in the Marine Corps. And I was looking at Master Sergeant. I was pretty much a shoo-in at that point because I was checking all the boxes, doing the right things. And 2002, my health nosedived. And when I say nosedived, I went from athlete to my health was very challenging. I didn't know how this was going to pan out. I had allergies. I was allergic to the world, basically chronic fatigue. Where I was at, President Bush was visiting. So I was supposed to be supporting that visit, but they medevaced me to San Diego Naval Medical Center. And they did the lab rat thing on me. I didn't even get a diagnosis of that. Neurologist, you know, just basically everything. Immunology, they just didn't know what was wrong with me. So I flew back to where I was at and spent my own money on some tests an allergist I went to, and he basically said I was allergic to the world. So I basically, you know, the whole list of things that you could be allergic to, I'm sorry, and there's a whole list of things I was allergic to, and it was really bad. It was like I would get off work, go back home, and I would go to sleep, and I would wake up the next day in the same clothes that I was in, and it was really bad. So if that wasn't bad enough, I blew out my L5S1 disc. I herniated it, and that put me on the path to another series of being examined. This time they flew me to Bethesda, Maryland. Pain management, we're talking about surgery, and then in 2004, my neurosurgeon told me that my running days were over. Well, actually, I knew that before 2004, but 2004 was just the icing on the cake. So I took my final, my physical fitness test. I basically gutted it out because if I didn't, they would have just kicked me out of the Marine Corps, but I retired at 20 years. And basically degenerative disc disease is what that did to me. That's what the diagnosis was back in 2002, and that's what the final one was in 2004. And I basically finished that last physical, that last 3-mile run. I did it on Motrin. So where did I go from there? I'm an interrogator. I'm a professional question asker. I was also trained for several number of years of intelligence process to go where the data takes you, and so that's where I started. I started asking questions about my condition and what the possibilities were. In one hand, there was the modern medical model where basically they would treat the the symptom, but I was not getting to any hope or possibility of a cure. And so I kept digging and digging and digging. And that's where I found Dr. Wallach's video, believe it or not. Maybe y'all had a similar experience. But in my investigation, I found a couple things that kind of struck me. Number one, he was reasonable. Number two, there wasn't really anybody refuting him. And so I ordered a body pack that kind of fit my need. And that was about in January. I think it was about in January. In the second week, I had what I call my wow day. And the wow day is when something kind of felt different. I had energy. I had this sense of wellness, you know what I'm talking about? And it wasn't like any other vitamin regimen or anything like that. It was different. So I continued it, and I was experiencing a gradual, progressive decrease in pain in my back area. And so I can share, let me wrap it up. I don't want to dominate tonight, but basically I met with my orthopedic doctor about a month ago, well, about 3 weeks ago, and we did an MRI on my lower back. I wanted to see where I was at. And she told me 2 weeks ago that she can't even tell that I had a herniated L5-S1 disc. She sees a little bit of protrusion in there as far as the disc itself. That's just an alignment issue. And she sees a little bit of arthritis that would be, that she characterized normal with my age. And I'm working on that right now. But long and the short of it, 3 months, I'm at zero pain. I have no restricted movement. And I'm starting to train for the Marine Corps Marathon this coming fall. That's my story.
You guys, how amazing is that? I am so blessed, Michael, that you shared your story with us. If that doesn't empower folks to get on a healthy body pack who are not on it and to start sharing with other people, you know, nothing will, because you've just had phenomenal success. But you know what he shared that I heard was that, you know, he's an investigator by nature, by training, and everything that he looked into led him back to Doc Wallach, and that nobody is really, you know, getting controversy to him, right? Like that nobody's fighting against what he's saying, because what he's saying works. And so we just thank you. Thank you for taking time out of your day to share with us. Michael is local here in the Northern Virginia area, so you're going to see him at meetings. He's actually coming this weekend to the event over in Maryland. So thank you again, Michael, for sharing that. And I got a message here that if there's any feedback, that maybe just move away from the computer for anybody who's got their computer on. But thank you. So that leads me right into the next thing up on our agenda, which are upcoming events. So this Friday in Maryland is an event that starts on Friday, ends on Saturday afternoon. It's a day-and-a-half event, and Friday night, which you can see is just from 7 from 7 to, can you still hear me okay? Okay, so hopefully that's okay, Maureen. Let me know that, okay, perfect. So Friday night is Avelia is going to be sharing, Avelia Ariaza is going to be sharing how she shares her passion, which is health and beauty, focusing on the mineral makeup line within longevity. On Saturday is a Super Saturday with Dr. Ariaza, Dr. Corey Gold, and the phenomenal Dr. Joel Wallach. If you are a guest, it's absolutely free. Reps are only $10, and you can register right through the Eventbrite link. Other events that are coming up, every Thursday during the day at my house is a YGY Club event where we have not only training about products, but a business opportunity. So you can bring people here to learn more about products and learn more about business. Our next meetings are May 21st. We have one both here in the Northern Virginia area as well as in Portland, Oregon, hosted by Maureen Feist. June 18th, again, we picked the same days in Northern Virginia area and Portland, Oregon. In July, I'm going to be out in Oregon as well at the Super Saturday out there that Alex Seiss is coming to on July 30th. You can also check for events on the Longevity events calendar, so I encourage you to do that. Okay, up next is the See the Change Convention, and that is at Salt Lake City in September. There is going to be a mine tour or several opportunities for the mine tours of the mine where we get our plant-derived colloided minerals, and those dates are not set up yet, so I would go ahead and book you the convention. If you are booking hotels now, you're only prepaying for one night, which you could certainly adjust the days to, because I'm not sure exactly when the mine is. I've heard a lot of chatter that it's going to be the day or so before, but just kind of keep that day on the front end and the back end open on your calendar if that's something you want to add on to the experience. We did just recently announce that the Longevity Top Achievers Club trip is going to be to the Dominican Republic. Now, this is a trip that's absolutely free if you earn all the points, but you can also earn an invitation and then pay on a graduated scale to come into this event. So that is in February. That's going to be a phenomenal trip. You can go to topachieversclub.longevity.com for all the information and to even click on the leaderboard and see where you are in the ranking. Next up, they have a brand new incentive trip called Sweet Retreat. And this is at a location that no matter how much money you even had, you cannot buy this trip. It is at billionaire Larry Ellison's private Four Seasons resort on the island of Lanai, and it is truly a phenomenal place. And what this trip is focusing on is retention, and that is where people come in, you get them going on the products, and then you move them along in the business. And really, the reason that Longevity is such a game changer for people is we don't just sell products that don't work. We sell products that do work. And so people love them and make the difference in their lives, and they stay on it. So anybody at any level can earn this incentive trip. You can get all the information at sweetretreat.longevity.com so that you can make sure that you're working towards that if something you want. Okay, next up, we've got some product specials that are happening as well as new products and services. So first up, Mother's Day is this coming Sunday. It is not too late to jump on this Mother's Day special. And if you'll notice, even though Mother's Day is Sunday, the special on this collection from the Mia Alicia line actually lasts until May 30th, or it says while supplies last. They've also started a new auto ship program. So a lot of people are familiar with the Healthy Body Challenge, right? That's an auto ship, but then many brands have auto ships as well, and that's because people love the brand that they came into the Longevity experience with, and so they can certainly add that into their auto ship and get it on a regular basis. So that's brand new Mia Alicia. OcuTip is a new nutritional support for eye health. It's part of our Pro line, and we've got a brand new YouTube video on that, as well as a blog article that I've written, so please check out that new product. Kukui Carrier Oil is a new carrier oil. It's an 8-ounce bottle, so just know that that's a large-sized bottle, and it's a great carrier oil to use with our essential oil. It'll also help dry skin, psoriasis, sunburn. People use it with really dry processed hair. It will not leave you greasy feeling. We've had several people on the team that have had experience with this already and love it. So it's definitely on my next auto ship because I want to check that out. Okay, so how many of you guys, one canister of Tangy Tangerine is not enough for your family? That works in my house, right, because we're all on it. So I love this new gusseted bag. It actually has 2 canisters worth in there at a cheaper price than buying even the 2 canister combo set. I also love that it takes up less space as you're using it, so that's good if you travel. So that's brand new out in a gusseted bag. The mason jar that I put there, sorry guys, the mason jar that I put there is no longer available. That dropped off on April 30th. But that may be coming out available for sale. And then in April, we've got a new auto ship called Feeling the Love. Now, because it's now May, actually on April 28th, it changes, but the number is the same. That's 67955 for your essential oils auto ship. Okay, literally these are hiding in my house, okay? If you came to my house, these are hiding. My husband would not go downstairs and let me do the conference call until I found him 2 of them. So if you have not tasted these yet, they're amazing. They're low sugar. We've been comparing labels between this and a name brand peanut butter cup, and just a phenomenal product. It's really yummy. So again, something you can throw in your auto ship if you're looking for healthy chocolate. It's now available. The foundation, our mineral makeup foundation that you guys love and so many people love, is now available in a cream base. That's great for a fuller coverage. And so if you've got people interested in that. And the memory keeping brand, we've got 5 new colors, 5 new album colors. We've got new business card templates and new card stock. You can reach out to people with our memory keeping. And speaking along those same terms, I'm excited to announce that the memory keeping CEO kit is now in your back office. So if people want to join this company as a memory keeper and help people celebrate their family pictures and stories, things like that, this new CEO kit has a combination of our 3 memory keeping brands. In the digital collection, they're finished pieces. So out of the box, people can go and share with people. And we just want to welcome everybody wherever they are and bring them into the Longevity family and let them have an experience with lots of our different brands. So I'm excited to now have this combination kit available. Okay, along those same lines, a lot of people love our pets. And the pet products are now branded under the line 4 Tails Only. So that includes the Athrodex and Perpetual products that were staples to the Longevity line. It also includes some of the products that came in under Stay Natural, as well as the 4 Tails Only. So everything's been rebranded. I just love this. And if you're somebody or know somebody who's passionate about pets, maybe they do a lot of animal rescue, support like that, or maybe they just have a lot of fur babies and 4-legged babies, not 2-legged babies. This would be a great way for them to get started with experience with Longevity at $76 with all these different products, and it actually sets them up as a distributor as well, so they don't have to pay the $25 fee. Also perfect for social events for people interested in sharing about our pet products at their socials. So let's jump into some services. So we've talked about products and all the different brands that we have. Longevity has now added services into the mix. And so what kind of services are we going to offer, and how will it benefit you and your potential customers? So all the services that we're going to bring to the table will save your customers money. They'll give you something new. They will add profit for our distributors and give you additional recruiting potential because, of course, another avenue of a place where you can talk with people. So first up the bat is David Allen Capital. If you have not gone to that website, davidallencapital.com, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, the Broker Resource Center password is broker1234, and you sign in with your Longevity ID number. There's great training art out on the Longevity YouTube channel that you can see. But this is a really simple way to talk to businesses. You know, I was in banking for 10 years before I came into the network marketing direct sales business, and banks today are not lending to small businesses, and lots of us know friends that own small businesses, and we can get them a simple, fast decision in less than a day. We're lending between $10,000 and $500,000, and we can usually fund that within 3 to 5 days, and lots of times it's on that faster end. So it's a really great option as you're out talking to people. Very easy to bring up, and no, you don't need to know how to be a loan broker or do anything. We've already got that all set up. All you're doing is connecting them with your Longevity number so that you make sure that the person is connected to your team, that you're getting the commission from that, and that's it. The rest of the stuff is going to be done by the David Allen Capital brand, so I love that option. Okay, so I actually was sharing this with Michael the other day, but I've already signed up for this myself. My family's already using it for just $29 a month per family, not per visit. You can take advantage of our new telecare service. And this is a group of board-certified doctors that are available to you within minutes of registering. It's partnered by MD Live. You're talking to them through a telephone, through a Skype on your phone, through a live chat. If you've got a problem because you, well, I'll just give you experiences in my family where we got a rash from a cheap necklace that we bought when we were abroad on our neck, to falling down several stairs and cutting your knee. They can look at pictures that you send. They can call in a prescription. And for us, that means no time away from work. All of my family, all of my adult children are still home and in college. They all have full-time jobs when they're not in school, and so they don't have to take off time from work. They don't have to sit in a waiting area with other sick people, potentially catching something else. And the co-pays for us is $30 a shot. So this is $29 that covers all 5 of us as many times as you want throughout the month. And I know that Michael shared something with me that said the DOD, employees in this area, really don't get the kind of service coverage that they have been getting. And so he was pretty excited about this program. So I would just encourage you guys to go to telecare.com and check out all the information on that and get signed up. Okay, 2 more coming soon, and these are just little sneak peeks. I don't really know much about them, but we've got Privacy Safe coming and Cart Ripple. And Cart Ripple is going to be a service where when you've connected people through that, when they go shopping at places like Macy's, Kohl's, Starbucks, that's going to somehow connect back to you and earn you commission. So, every penny counts, every dollar counts. I'm pretty excited that we're going to have that kind of a program in Youngevity. So now I'm excited to introduce an amazing leader, Amy Hooverborst, and just talking about small businesses. Her husband has a small business. He's just finished his 10 years in business, so that's pretty phenomenal right there. And Amy's been in the memory keeping business for 17 years helping people, and before that has experience in photography and in writing. And so she has got some great tips for helping you follow up with contacts that you meet, as well as team members. So Amy, are you there? I'm going to turn the call over to you.
I am here. Thank you, Helen.
Hey, well, good. Welcome.
Good. Yeah, thanks for having me. Well, wow, we just heard a lot of awesome things that we have to share with others. And so this is great timing that we're talking about this tonight, how to follow up with people and make those connections and, get them the help they need and the things that they want, and grow your team at the same time. So, so what we've got is a couple different things. So Helen's got a really simple follow-up system consisting of 7 steps. I use a modified version of it myself. She goes even into more detail. And so her steps are, of course, meet the new person, and then she enters them into the contacts on her phone. And so you'll see there in the center slide, I got Jenny Smart listed as a prospect, and put Jenny's number in there. You all might recognize. I don't even know that I needed to add it. I knew it off the top of my head, right? At 675-309. And so Jenny's in there listed as a prospect, but then I can go, after I've entered all of that in and entered in the notes of how I met her or him, if it's a male, then I can go back and search in the search field of all my prospects for all the prospects that pop up, and then I'll know who I need to call. So that's the way to add them to your phone. Then you have it on the go all of the time, and you can follow up on the go. No more, oh gosh, I'm stuck in this carpool line or this place waiting, and I could be making calls right now if I only have my list. So then you've got your list with you on the go. And then the next step would be to set up a reminder to yourself in your phone of when you're actually going to. Somebody needs to mute. Somebody calling in on the phone. Thank you. So then you would set up the time that you're going to actually follow up with this person. And so maybe in your initial conversation with Jenny, you say, hey, would it be okay if I give you a call tomorrow afternoon or Thursday afternoon, and she would pick one, and you would put it, okay, well, I'm going to put that in my phone. I'm going to remind myself to call you, and I look forward to talking to you then. So then you'll set that up, set up some reminders so it pops up 5 minutes before, an hour before, or day before, however you are best going to remember it. And then if you do it the day before, then you can text or email the person that you're going to call just to remind them of your call or your meeting if you're going to meet in person. And so that's a way just to kind of on the go have your prospect list with you, or your new distributor list with you, or your preferred customers with you. So the other thing that I do is when I have people who sign up as a preferred customer or distributor, but especially a preferred customer, and they place an order. Like I've met them, I've helped walk them through creating the order. And I'll mention this too, I really don't send people to go sign up on their own. So if I've met someone out and about and they say, yeah, I want to do that, I don't just give them my website and let them go do it, because the chances of them getting stuck on something and not following through on that, you know, their frustration level being really high, they're increased exponentially. So I walk through it with them, or I collect their information and enter it in for them on their behalf, and that just takes a step out of it as well. But once I've signed those people up and gotten them to place an order, and hopefully they've created an auto ship at the same time, then I think through, well, how long is it going to be before they get their products? And then I put that information in my phone to say, okay, check on Sarah, and she's probably gotten her products. You know, I call in a couple of days and say, hey, I see they're shipping, that's great, or I'll send an email. But then I'll also follow up with her after they arrive and check in and see, you know, was your order okay? What did you think? What have you tried so far? What are you most excited about? All of that. And sometimes people get their orders and they don't open them right away. Well, that Healthy Body Start Pack is not going to do them any good sitting in the box. So that's why the calls are really important, to follow up with people and help them make that a great experience there too. So we want to show you, segueing here to this picture of Tom Chenault and his coffee shop conversation. That's a great way to get to know people. So backing up a little bit, if you want to set up a meeting with someone and talk with them about getting started in the business, but really mainly finding out what it is that they want and what they feel like they need. Is it better health? Is it better wealth? A combination of the two, or just what? And so he walks you through that, and that is there's the link there, and we'll put it in the notes after the call as well. But you can download that. You can download lots of information about that, and I would really encourage you to try it and practice on somebody. If you've never done the coffee shop conversation with someone, practice on your upline or a sideline or someone and say, I want to give it a try. The other resource that we have is Keith Hall's system, the system that you see mentioned there, and that is a step-by-step guide from bringing people in to, or signing up yourself, to starting the whole system flowing around until you're ready to bring someone in as well, and then that repeats itself. And so that is a great system there for bringing in, following up with distributors and preferred customers, but also distributors, and getting them off and running. But if you're new, or if you're rebooting yourself, to get you up and running again. So those are some of the resources we have there. I'm a little out of order. Let me just check here and see if there was something else. One other point is, when you sign a new distributor, it's really important, and Keith Haas points that out in his training, it's really important to follow up with them in the first 24 to 48 hours to see what questions they have, right? Maybe they're waiting on their products, but they don't know what to do, and there's lag time. You can help them start creating their list of people who might be interested in longevity. So there are lots of opportunities there for that. But what I would encourage you to do is to dig into these couple of resources, review Helen's 7 tips, think through the system that you use. Maybe you don't have one in place, or maybe you do have one in place, but you don't use it all the time. And really the best system is the one you will use. I would suggest you start here with these resources and work to develop one to make it your own. You know, don't reinvent the wheel, because the wheel works. Keith Hall's system works. Tom Chenault's system works. But you need to put your own air in the wheel and figure out what path exactly works for you. And that might take some practice, and I would really encourage you to work with your upline or someone else in our team to work through that and to get good at those systems, because those will make your business flow with a lot less effort if you get good at your systems. So there you go. Back to you, Helen.
Thank you, Amy. So that was phenomenal, and we've gotten some great feedback about your tips and how easy they are to use on the go. And you know, one of the things that I really keyed in on that she said was that, you know, not every system is perfect for everybody, but there are some great things out there. You can tweak them a little bit to pick one that, you know, get your own set. But really, the best system, right, is the one that you're actually going to use. And along those lines, the key things that I picked up on from her was to practice and to be consistent, because that's really going to help you develop a good routine, right? Just like if you were to try a new sport as a kid, right, the best way you're going to get better at it is to practice and be consistent. So, you know, you hear over and over again, get good at what makes you uncomfortable, and that will help you grow your business. So thank you so much, Amy, for sharing those tips with us.
Absolutely. You're welcome.
Okay, so next up we have, yes, Dr. Debbie Lazzaroni. She is your scrap addict therapist, and she just came off of a phenomenal weekend where she was helping people celebrate their pictures all weekend. She did all kinds of social events there, and she's got some great tips, so make sure you get out some. I don't have these bulletins, you guys, so make sure you get out some pen and paper, but she's going to talk with you about how you can take whatever that product is that you're excited about and how you can share it in all kinds of different ways. So Debbie, I see you on the line. Can you hear us, and can we hear you?
I think so.
Yay, that's perfect. Well, first of all, thank you. I know she's exhausted, you guys. For anybody that's ever done a retreat weekend, the word retreat does not apply when you're running the event. And Debbie is the queen of retreats. She works together across lines in a phenomenal group. Those women just put on a fabulous event. People absolutely love it, but it's exhausting. And she came home, and I talked with her a couple of hours ago, and she's got a crop tomorrow at her house. So there is nothing stopping this woman. She is on a mission, and we're just so blessed to have you join with us for a few minutes tonight and give us some of your tips that have been propelling your business. So thank you.
Well, thank you very much. I will tell you that this is a 3 pollen burst day, and I'm still exhausted and running out of energy. We had an amazing weekend. First of all, the Oregon coast is super special to me anyway, but we had sunshine, blue skies, and just gorgeous weather the whole time. And our cropping room is floor-to-ceiling glass looking at the ocean. So it was incredible, even if all you did was sit there and just look outside. But we tried to make it a really special time for everybody, and our theme this time was scrap addiction therapy. And this was one massive group therapy session. And so all of our goodies and everything we did had to do with dealing with your addiction to our photos and our scrapbooking, be it digital or paper formats. So when everybody arrived, they had it's a 4x6 card, and on the front it has your name, and it talks about that your diagnosis is scrapbook addict syndrome, and that the prognosis is bright and happy. And we gave them a small little folded piece of paper, which I'll have to share with Helen at a later date. I'm not capable of doing that this minute. But inside of it was a bottle of PureWorks, and we told them that that was to help them to get away all the germs that might be affecting their addiction. We also gave them the wrapped candies that you use with the address labels, and those were Band-Aids because those cure your owies, and we all know that chocolate cures anything. Then at their places, we gave them the Celebrate Anthology kit, and that was a 12 by 12 step program to deal with their addiction as well. And you can see behind me on the pictures on the wall there, there's a poster that was hanging there, and that was the 12-step program for your addiction. And at the very end of that, it says that, you know, you might as well just accept the fact that you are addicted and just realize that all of what you're doing is for the good of all humanity, and go have another piece of chocolate. Well, at each person's place, we had several handouts that we felt would help to boost our sales and help with their addiction. One of them was the National Scrapbook Day sales, showing the different paper, the pocket packs, I'm sorry, and then the trimmer specials that were there. We also had a Longevity Social shopping wish list that was phenomenally accepted and utilized and really led to some great sales. We also turned this into a Longevity Social event so that we could promote the idea that with every $75 that you purchase, you get a half-price item. And we brought that up a couple of times in different ways, and it really had a huge effect on our sales. One word of wisdom, though, that I would like to share with you is do not do one of these events on a month end. It is really exhausting, and it was hard to get our orders in at the last minute, and everybody was really gracious when we told them that we were closing out the month, and rather than close out their orders on Sunday before they left, would they mind helping us out and closing on Saturday night? Well, that led to massive confusion, but it also led to massive orders, so it was great. I see a note here that asks if I could put the wish list in our team files or post it in this event. One of the things I will tell you is that it is located on the LongevitySocial.com site under resources. It's also on the Longevity Social Selling Facebook group, but I can also do that if you can't find, I can put it on our group if you can't find that. So we had breakout sessions. One was a quick pages and borders that we did a whole handout of different page ideas that we took from various places off the Heritage Makers, Our Memories for Life blog, a few things off of Pinterest, and then we had border ideas that were done off of Team Fusion and off of our YGY Club scrapbooking and border maker ideas and things like that. That resulted in quite a lot of excitement and purchases of border maker cartridges or border maker systems, and more cartridges to go with it than what came with it. So that was great. We also divided up, there were 3 of us consultants that put this on. Myself, I had the largest group, and then Corey Mayfield and Catherine Warrior. And each one of us held what we called a group therapy session. And what that was we took our group and we walked along our wall of displays and talked about the benefits of all the different product lines that we have and what they have to offer. So I had the For Tails Only area, I had the Healthy Body Pack area, mineral makeup. We had a huge display of Mia Alicia jewelry, and at each one, I took the group and we talked about it. We played with the jewelry. We went into great discussions about how our coffee benefits the Be the Change Foundation, and just basically took them on a tour. And at the end of that, I was really surprised because I hadn't seen this happen in the past, but I got quite a few orders for coffee and jewelry and pet products that I hadn't gotten in prior retreats. So take the time to really walk your people through it and do it in a fun way by, you know, including it as part of a group therapy session or whatever you want to talk about. If you wanted to do Mardi Gras, you could do it as part of a a second line parade type of thing where, you know, you just include your tour as part of your theme. And it really opens them up to be a little bit more open to something other than scrapbook products. At the end of the event, of course, I announced that while an addiction has been dealt with during this session, that we would be having follow-up appointments at our individual homes, meaning that I have Midnight Madness coming up. I have Wednesday weekday workshops each week, and Catherine and Corey have other appointments that they have with their patients, so to speak, but that we would be returning for another group session in October, and gave them the dates for that as well. And at the end of Sunday afternoon, when everyone left, out of the 40 spaces that we have available, we have 15 of them already pre-sold for October. So we felt pretty good about it. It was exhausting, but was well worth it, and led to some great sales and a great month end. That's it.
Oh my God, Debbie, so thank you, thank you, thank you. First of all, people are asking for you to post your wish list, so we'll make sure that we get that in our team files as well. And just want to thank you so much. What I loved hearing was how your folks are receptive. So you met them where they were, you bribed them with chocolate, which never hurts, and then you share the other products that they are getting warmed up to and excited about and having cross experiences in. And that just led to so many more reasons for you and the other gals to follow up with them. So yeah, we're getting feedback saying how much it absolutely is therapy and sounds so fun. And they, what's this, good thing Dr. Waller's company now has a remedy for that addiction. So, you know, we love that, that we're all in this together. So let's see what else we've got. Such a great theme. Carrie, oh, sorry, go ahead.
There is, in the Heritage Makers art, there is a collection. If you search for Doctor, there's a really great artwork package in there that just really goes with this therapy theme really well, and there's lots of great quotes that you can find if you just go on to Google and look for them. The best one is scrapbooking is cheaper than a therapist. Oh, I forgot, we also had a massage therapist there too that people could buy $1 per minute for actual massage therapy. So that was well received as well.
I love the poster that you have up, the 12 by 12 steps for scrap pages, so we'd love you to share that as well. And if you made it in Heritage Makers, you can just share it over to our team account, and then anybody can have access to it that way.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's
I will take pictures of all the things that we had for everybody. I absolutely love the fact that Lisa Burnson did that 12 by 12 Celebrate kit. That was part of our 12-step program. It was a 12 by 12 step program in that case.
Yeah, and I think that's still on sale. I know that Our Memories for Life stuff is on sale the whole month, so if y'all didn't or weren't able to take advantage of that last month, maybe you had different situations happening in your life, then that is still going on this month as well, so that's exciting, and just lots of things. So any other questions for Debbie besides the fact that you want pictures, you want the project shared, you want the wish list posted? Anyway, we're just very blessed to always have you share and train with our team, so thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so that brings us right into our call to action. And Debbie, if you're still on, why don't you just lead them right to this call to action, give them their wrap-up steps from this call.
Okay. Well, number one, have you registered for the Longevity Convention in September in Salt Lake City? I have, and I hope you have too. I know that several of us are booking rooms at the Homewood Suites right there by the convention center. If you're interested in kind of joining together with us and sharing rooms, please let me know, because we're trying to get that wrapped up here pretty soon before anyone else catches our secret. Second of all, check your team calendar or the calendar for events near you and get to as many of those events as you possibly can. If you're not in an area where you can get to some of those events, most of them you can hear recordings of. And then the other thing you can do is check out the different CDs or recordings on product training so that you can become more familiar with what's going on in our company. Third, what new products or services are you excited about? And we would like to hear that on our next call in 1 month. We would love to hear what your favorite thing was that is new that you've checked out. And number 4, how and when can you share that product or brand this week so that on our call next month you can tell us what you did with it. So put on your running shoes, grab your pollen burst, and hit the road because you are ready to be a success. Go for it.
Thanks so much, everybody. I hope you have a great week. Take care. Bye-bye.